down that Nigeria. Sorry for coconuts, them brown pon the outside and acquired within. But just don't understand why within. But just don't understand. Hey. Time for us to live together in a peace and harmony. Yeah. Youth today is our future people. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here I am, believing to my brothers and my sisters for a better life. Oh, hey, there's no cause for us to live together every day. Oh, do you even say yeah? Sorry, be Magadag will turn around that Nigeria. Sorry, be coconuts, them brown pon the outside and acquired within. But just don't understand why within. But just don't understand. Hey. Time for us to live together in a peace and harmony. Yeah. Youth today is our future people, really, can't you see? Yeah. Time is closing in. Every day another youth unseen. By shooting and killing, by looting and robbing, it's all. Robbing his own, I just Hey, hey, Shiba doobie doo 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 day. Oh yes, way oi. The government destroys the world with their brainwash education. The government teeth from the poor. And that's why we are begging out for more. The government release the chains and still them I use them brains. The government, they're no good. Here I am, I'm pleading to my brothers and my sisters for a better life. And there's no cost for us to live together every day. Oh, Jibada say yeah. Sorry, Magadan, who turn around that Nigeria. Sorry, coconuts, them brown on the outside and acquire within. I just don't understand why they wipe me the end. I just don't understand why they wipe me the end. I just don't. Oh yeah. Why they wipe me the end? I just don't. Na. Why they wipe me the end? I just don't. Oh.
Tell you what we need, some healing in this world. Give praises for love, give praises for life. There's just enough fear of the troubles and strife. Conversation bigger.
You got to ask God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You got to do your research for what you believing for. You got to invest your time, your energy, all that, so you can do what you supposed to do and excel in it. Y'all be thinking y'all waiting on God, and honey, God be waiting on you. What you waiting on? Do your part.
Tell you what we need, some healing in this world. Give praises for love, give praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deeper in your soul. Spiritualize, now you can control. Give praises for love, give praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deeper in your soul. Spiritualize, and now you in control. Say a prayer for the young and the needy. I pray that we can make it alright. I say a prayer for the war-torn cities. I see a better future inside. I say a prayer for the good and the bad man. A woman's love and respect in her land. Hear the voices that cry out for freedom. Let the people rejoice. Give praises for love, give praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deeper in your soul. Spiritualize, now you can control. Give praises for love, give praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deeper in your soul. Spiritualize, now you can control. I see a prayer for the old and the newborn, that we can be together in spite of the challenge and changes that face us. All this mythical madness in flight. I see a prayer for the world to be fairer. It's up to now I don't see it that way. And say a prayer for the beauty that surrounds us, and try to keep it that way. Give praises for love, praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deeper in your soul. Spiritualize, now you can control. Give praises for love, give praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deep in your soul. Spiritualize, and now you're in control. Hard times that we face, for our futures to be bright. Show your babies the right way. Don't let them sit around wasting all the talent now. Make examples now, show them right from wrong and how to stand up on their feet. Make a new philosophy. Be nobody's fool. Give praises for love, give praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deeper in your soul. Spiritualize, now you in control. Give praises for love, give praises for life. No stress and no fear of the troubles and strife. Conversations bigger, deeper in your soul. Spiritualize, and now you in control.
Things and times. Things and times. Channel of enlightenment. You're in tune to Things and Times with Mr. Best.
Said I really want to know how the system get on flow. If he couldn't put it right,
Have to understand, faith without works is dead. You know what that means? You can't expect what you believing for without doing your part. You gotta work that thing, honey.
David couldn't put it right. Too much hypocrite and parasite. Say we're living on a razor edge. Some of us will fall off the ledge, but they don't care. They've done it before. Time after time. They don't care whose clothes they wear. Time after time. Time after time. They put everything on hold so that they can be in control. The whole country is in a mess. Democracy put to the test. Say they don't care. They've done it before. Time after time. No, they don't care whose clothes they wear. Time after time. Said I really want to know how the system get a blow. David couldn't put it right. Too much hypocrite and parasite. Say we're living on a razor edge. Some of us will fall off the ledge, but they don't care. They've done it before. Time after time. No, they don't care whose clothes they wear. Time after time. Time after time. Say they don't care.
Yes, we're there with you. Greetings and evening teaching everyone. Yeah, man. The Almighty has sent some rain down, cool down the temperature, you know? Yeah.
Shall escape the judgment in this time. These words I sing to all mankind.
You can't take me for idiot. Boss, you love me no feel that.
Lock it up, lock it in with your favorite radio DJ.
Things and Times. Things and Times. Channel of Enlightenment. You're in tune to Things and Times with Mr. Best. Things and Times.
None shall escape the judgment in this time. These words I sing to all mankind. None shall escape the judgment in this time. These words I sing to all mankind. After his black man, Jehovah has come forward into battle.
about obedience, you know. May I tell you?
Whoa, Jah living forevermore. Whoa, Jah living forevermore. I know that Jah living forever.
Where I reflect.
Whoa. I see and I know.
Listen.
That's why me not gonna let go. Oh,
Couldn't do
no,
that.
I know that Jah live forever. Oh, I can tell them my brethren, yo, that Jah is alive and living, because He rise I up this morning. I give thanks to Father, you are rising. Hey, Lord, you've got to pray to take you through the day. I say, where would you be if it wasn't for Jah? I say, yeah, oh, nobody show me no bone. No boy can sit on Jah throne. No, Jah live forever. Oh, no uncle and no son can run Jah kingdom. Only Jah alone, only Jah alone. Jah live forever. Oh, to all things I go. He's the only one that I know.
Teaching.
Cause only He alone can set us free. Oh.
You see, when it comes to our culture, you can't run from it, you know. But there's some people will sell it out for some cash, you know, money, vanity people. And then when them come talk now, them going to talk about, oh, this and that and that. They're not real. See? Most of our problem, most of the things them that affect us more is you have some older folks them that sell out them own children. Because if you can disrespect your mother, who won't you disrespect? See? So when the curtain come down, where a ball come like Yusuf brothers, you know, them try get rid of him. Them put him out there and tell them father say that the wolf them got him. You know, I saw 3 times, you know. 2 times them say him get yam. But the 3rd time them dash him away. Okay. Keep your eyes on the prize, really. Learn lessons.
Yes, I'm a solid. Yes, I'm a solid. I'm a solid. I'm a solid.
Culture expression and the things and times. Listen.
I'm a hard nut to crack. Jah children, you just can't stop. Hard nut to crack. Oh Lord, can't you see I'm solid as a rock? I'm a hard nut to crack. Jah children, you just can't stop. Hard nut to crack. Can't you see I'm solid as a rock? Stand in my way like an iceberg to a ship. Well, I know just see, and He don't like it. He's gonna melt you away. Never will you deter me another day. And I know, I'm a hard nut to crack. Jah children, you just can't stop. Hard nut to crack. Oh Lord, can't you see I'm solid as a rock? I'm a hard nut to crack. Jah children, you just can't stop. Hard nut to crack. Can't you see I'm solid as a rock? When I get up, they try to keep me back, but I'm a very determined chap. The more they put on the pressure, the more I get stronger. When they say go slow, move on faster. Want me to say no, I say it's over and over. 'Cause Jah.
And you have the new ones, them come and I listen things and times. Good. So may I say, Consistency is the key. And I'm new on the airwaves. You understand? But I'm a teacher. So consistency is the key. If you're not consistent in that which you say you're believing in, then you're worthless. Because we are jump round and jump round. And we play hopscotch. And we don't create our own agendas. And now we are on these media platforms. It should be some form of cooperation with the big station them, so that they are on the same script. And we are mobilized, energized our people. We now work with the propaganda for hype. But we are working, informing, proper information with our people. And that is what is also missing. Me not tell the next one out there what for doing. I just tell you that most say a waste of cars, man. And you've been there for years. You've been there for years. You make a living. And yet still, you're not reflecting on the people them. Even your own district. If you run postcode, if you run navigator, and you try help those who are shout out community. Because we used to have, we don't have no community. So stop that. And anywhere that says that they are community, they need to produce them infrastructure. What go on in that community? What kind of structures are there in that community? Wherever it is. We don't have black constituencies, furthermore. So are the Windrush people them still? Them supposed to talk to Dan Abbott and say, here what happened? Since you are the top chatterbox for the Windrush with all these other people and you support it, whether you're nationalist or not, you support it. Where's your Windrush community? Where is it? Where's your Windrush people? Where's the register you have of them? And what were you doing before the Home Office leak? What were you doing? What kind of administration you have for the people them of your own nation, from your own island, and your own political agenda to represent the African peoples them? Falling short, because you all don't want to talk like that. You feel say it's better to be socially apologetic to ourselves, among ourselves, and stand still whilst others are brutalizing us. That's what it is over here. And you all want money. It's money that fuels your intelligence or your integrities. See? You work out a strategy to get to City Hall. And then once you get to City Hall, you work on how to develop a program to get some of that money that City Hall has dangling in front of your face. And your real purpose of getting the money is not really to help the people, you know. You want to prove to yourself you can get the money. And once you find out the methodology of getting the money, you hook, line, and sink, because that's all you wanted to know and all you wanted to pursue. We have work to do, because we have to clean up. I should have been playing that tune now, the clean up woman. Clean up. Yeah, no joke thing.
Lord, yeah, black I kill black, whoa, but it a go bounce right back, yeah, black I kill black, Lord, but it a go bounce right back, yeah, let me tell you, political violence cover the earth, black, black. Men don't know what life is really worth. While youths go selling themselves like pork, robbing, raping, and killing the poor. Me say black I kill black. Whoa, but it a go bounce right back. Yeah, black I kill black. Lord, but it a go bounce right back. Yeah, oh yeah. Down here in the ghetto of the slum, we've been robbed of our rights and freedom. But I know that things has got to change. Go Jaja got all men into his range. Me say black I kill black, Lord.
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I. King Selassie I, Ababa John I.
Cop, cool down. Hear me when I say, cool down your temper, Mr. Cop, cool down. Put a smile on your face while passing through. Awful screw. We're just sipping a cup and having some fun. And it's better than in the streets bashing gun. Tell him, mister, tell him, cool down your temper, Mr. Cop, ooh-wee, cool down. We're just licking a cup and said, cool down your temper, Mr. Cop, cool down. Say we are just sipping a cup. What don't concern you, please leave it alone. 'Cause the grass was made for the cows and ass, and the herb on this land for the use of man. Tell him, mister, tell him, cool down your
Every day I give praise to the Most High. Watch over I. King Selassie I.
See, when people listen this little station here, this little thing, yeah, by now you should understand, see, we live this, you know. We not just come out and get two record and come run up with mouth and go on. Because you're going to get the extension of my Bible soon. You see, my musical Bible, you know, I tell you. So that's why I want to pass to them to become shepherd. Because we have a lot of men them out there, you know, that them know them roots. Them know them culture. You see? And some of them get an opportunity long time, for enough years. But they want to deal with mythologies and mysticisms. You see? And the people them need guidance. You understand? Come like we're starving. There's a famine. You see? And togetherness is loveliness. See? But we have a whole heap of opportunists about the place. So you see me and principle now. We independent. I tell you. Oh gosh, man. We manage ourselves. You see? Just like that. And we understand dancehall, and we understand entertainment and excitement, but we have a duty and a responsibility to our culture. You see? That's the most important part. So we have a time for the fun and expressions and them something there. And we have the rest of the most important time for teaching, for guidance, for inspiration, for instructions. See? Whether a person take it or not, we will do it. See? Because even if it's one word that either elevate, irritate, it's a word. You understand? It has done something. And the words that irritate, it only makes a person think. You understand? But the one that them find, that them feel satisfied with and appreciate and everything, that's what's in them long time. All with this done is ignite it. See? But the one that irritates them is the one that make them realize that they haven't been really using them sensibility. They've been quite selfish. You understand? And still them have children, you know. Them have children come from a family. All the way have family. You understand? So that means that we have some form of responsibility outside of ourselves, right? Which is in that circumference of our major self. See? So our sensibility should be about us and develop trust within us. But you can't develop that trust unless you can trust yourself and work with your family. It all stems from where we are. You understand? Family. If you can't work with your family and you can't appreciate your family, you understand? And see, me not even drop the word love yet, you know. You understand? Things now work. It's just a selfish individuals surviving. And the only reason we not survive is because we not roll up and dead. You see? So in natural flats, we will survive. That's why we are here of the children of the slaves. See? But we're not honoring. We're not honoring. We talk a good honoring. We do talk the talk. We not fulfill the thing. Because look what just happened. Yeah? Caucasians them across the world, especially in Germany and that US, they are demonstrating still for us on the behalf of justice for African black man and woman. Even though the news don't highlight the thing, they are still there. Right? Now look what just happened. Look what just happened. You understand? And people are talking about UCN and this and all kind of other shaggery and not concentrate on the major prize which it helps us to get the racism change and laws and everything. Because this is not just America now. But it has to break their back so we can be appreciated in this earth. Because we're not appreciated. If you think, say, football, athletics, and song and dance for the white man make we being appreciated, you been silly for so long. So now you better take your head from down your backside and lift it up like a ostrich and stretch it up in the air like a gazelle and say, well, wow, it kind of breezy up here. And then look at ourselves and say, wait a minute. You mean all these great prosperities they are, and we miss it? Eh? Yeah, miss it. Why we miss it? Because we now work with our ancestors. Some people want to talk about ghost business. We now work with them. To work with them is to remember, continue to reflect their journey. Because if they weren't successful on their journey to our survival, we wouldn't be here. There's no two ways about it. Do you understand? Them survives some serious tyranny and then bring forth fruits, which is us. Now we have to create the seasons. And that's what we're failing to do. And we are going like, say, we control time. We don't control the time. We don't know what time is. Nobody knows what time is. Forget the man with the clock. All you know say that we have darkness, and darkness overshadows, and then we have light, and then it overshadows again. Right? So that's the space that we live within. So you can start, say, time to, but here what? We will die. You understand? So, who puts down time? And who knows when time are going to run out on any of us? So we have to be seeing ourselves as valuable, and we have some important things to do for ourselves. But most people them think about the most important thing is to have something going for themselves and to make some money. And even in that, they don't want to share the idea them have with others. That's why we don't have no business. That's why we don't have no retail shops. Because it's all about sharing and trusting. But yet still we're there upon mythologies. And yet still we're there upon the whole thing of the colonial boss. Theological practices. And if some of us laugh at our grandparents and our parents, but them are wait for Jesus Christ and coming back and all kind of thing, and milk and honey and everything, we are the same. We are the same. Because what we are wait for? We have got education. We've stayed in school for X amount of years. And many of us went to college. And we have graduated in many things. Who did we carry forward? But ourselves. Not even your brethren that sit in the same classroom or run about the community with us when we were growing and trying to learn. That's what we don't look at. The other day, Shaka did a movie, Burning an Illusion, sneak up on the television. That was one of our realities in England. Since that happened, Have we spoke to ourselves? Nah, bouncing ball, all them club, they gone. That's what happened.
Wandana Isla Yabir Maskan. Wadana means love. So make me yata yata gona. So make me yata 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 gona. So make me yato, yato, yato down the Sunday. So make me yato, Monday, yato, out the Monday. So things get funny, so we yato out the Tuesday. Yato, Santa Donna. For the wisdom of man was unknown, my God. The table of stone. And the utterance of man heart. And man concept and man morality. Black man must learn to live with love and equality. Cause in this time, which is the last time, greed and prejudice, grudge, the non-humbleness in the sight of the Most High, cruelty upon mankind, starvation and victimization, beat down, oppression and conquer, love and affection. So make we yatta yatta donna. So make we yatta 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 donna. Different versions, different sounds of innovation.
Whoa. Yeah. I'm here say now. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love in you, you got nothing at all. Cause remember, love conquer it all, love conquer everything. The Ogle said that. Wow, yeah.
Now, here comes the music.
You got they chanting. Jah Rastafari, say anywhere you see your children, them a go. To leave them alone. You better leave them alone, sir. You got to leave them alone, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Anywhere you see your children, them a go. To leave them alone. You better leave them alone, sir. You got to leave them alone.
Read him up.
Mother ass. Ooh, now, yeah, children of the slave trade. Ooh, yeah, we are. Ooh, yeah.
Read him up.
Ooh, now, yeah, children of the slave trade. Ooh, yeah, we are. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see the children of the slave trade. Ooh, yeah, we are. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. I think they take us from our food, being clean, and take us energy called Jesus. From Lubeck, from Lubeck, and they take us be and they carry be and go see, trying to lock I and I away from our culture and our religion.
I feel it, sit or tell them below it.
Here we go. And the big bag song with them called Tipper Town, and I got to make it known. You got the one that Roddy Bone, Hot Chipping, and the Black Roses massive.
Yeah. Children of the slave trade. Ooh, yeah. We are. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I see the children of the slave trade. Ooh, yeah. We are. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. I think they take us from our food, being clean, and take us energy called Jesus. From Lubeck, they carry, be and go see. Trying to lock I and I away from our culture and our religion too. They treated us with brutality, and they treated us no humanity. No, we honor as free man fighter. No, we honor as free man fighter. I say now, children of the slave trade. Ooh, yeah. We are. Ooh, yeah. I say no, children of the slave trade.
The DJ accepts no responsibility for the next record. This is a request.
Chatting up about Mr. Bossman, say that you're gonna give I a raise of pay, y'all. When Friday come, he doesn't do that. What am I dealing with? Must be mad, y'all. Can't take the praise we don't raise. Me say me can't take the praise we don't raise. Me say everything nowadays costs some cash. And yet still me boss man and give me much mass. Everything nowadays costs some cash. And yet still me boss man and give me much mass. Say me can't take the praise we don't praise. Me say me can't take the praise we don't praise. Because under me pot a little fire off the blaze. And little love that me have to drink a lemonade. And when me done a heat up in me chalice off the blaze. When me done a heat up in me chalice off the blaze. So me can't take the praise we don't praise. Me say me can't take the praise we don't praise. And when me say, I'm holding for that I want for days. Hey, I'm holding for that I want for days. And when me say, me can't take the praise we don't praise. And people say me can't take the praise we don't praise. And when me say, me prefer come a dance, come a rock, drum and bass. Me prefer come a dance, come a rock and drum and bass. I say me can't take the praise we don't praise. Say that say me can't take the praise we don't praise. Yeah. Every day me get up
I
and
know
work
say
like
the
a
music to play them on the F already.
Let go big show, big show, big show. What yeah? Alright. Praise without praise, praise without praise, praise without praise, yeah. It's all you need, right? And all you get, right? Oh, praise without praise, praise without praise, man. Praise without praise. It's all you need, right? And all you get, right? You can own a home, and you can own a car. And if you work hard enough, you'll have your heart's desire. Said if you want a factory, so you can make your own money. Right here is where you belong. So you sing them redemption songs. But praise without praise, praise without praise, man. Praise without praise. It's all you do, right? Whoa, and all you tell, right? See, I work for United Way, and I'm supposed to get my pay. Don't want no sad story, not my aim, that's your glory. While I sow, you're the one who breathe. I take the bitter, you have the sweet. Instead of treat when the work is complete. I never knew you were counterfeit. Oh, praise without praise, praise without praise, man. Praise without praise. That's all you did right, and all you did right. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Now, here comes the music.
Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan. Them ammunition, ammunition, ammunition. A Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan. Them a kill them black brother. Them a shoot them sister. Some of them say them a dreadlock eye, while them a live on the other and die. A Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan. A Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan. From Trench down to Jones down to T-Valley. From Trench down to Jones down to T-Valley. They ma shoot them black brother. They ma kill them sister. Even in Lizard Town. Even in Boys Town. A Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan. A Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan. With them ammunition, ammunition, ammunition. A Tishan, a Tishan, a Tishan. From Trench down to Jones down to T-Valley. From Trench down to Jones down to T-Valley. They must shoot them black brother. Oh,
Non-stopping, hot rockin', back-to-back music. The hits just keep coming.
That can help a human situation. Teeth and tongue, it a go tell. Teeth and tongue, it a go meet. You wake up every morning with cursing.
It's an anthem. No, this is an anthem.
Fighting, fighting, fighting. That can help a human situation. Teeth and tongue, it a go tell. Teeth and tongue, it a go meet. You wake up every morning with cursing. You don't let the little children get no learning. I said teeth and tongue, it a go tell. Teeth and tongue, it a go meet. You don't put no money in your friend's pocket, him won't kill your feet. You don't put no money in your friend's pocket, him won't shoot your feet. I said teeth and tongue, it a go tell. Teeth and tongue, it a go meet. I said fighting, fighting every day, it cannot help. Wake up every morning with a lot of cursing. You don't let the little children get no learning. I said a teeth and tongue, it a go tell. Teeth and tongue, it a go meet. You wake up every morning with cursing. You don't let the little children get no learning. I said teeth and tongue, it a go tell. Teeth and tongue, it your friend's pocket, him won't kill your feet. You don't put no money in your friend's pocket, him won't shoot your feet. I said teeth and tongue, it a go tell. Teeth and tongue, it a go meet. I said fighting every day, it cannot tell. Wake up every morning with a lot of cursing. You don't let the little children
Non-stopping, hot rockin', back-to-back music, the hits just keep coming.
Now is a scene of confusion. I must kinda come to a brief illusion, as I would say. Maybe some kind of relentless conclusion. When I see blackness is togetherness, I mean totally together. When I see baby love, I mean I love you forever. When I see one and one make two, I never make you blue. I never turn my back on you. When I see two and one make three, I mean you gotta be free like a bird up in a tree. And when I see four, you gotta keep on coming through me door. Because you got to be sure I give you just a little bit more. Alright, as I would say. When I see five, kinda give some of my jive talk, you know. You gotta come dead or alive. When I say six, I don't mean to play no funny tricks. You gotta run, come quick and slick and bring your walking stick. Do it, baby. A hour every hour. You can hear me shower down the shower. Exclusive X1 in every shower. And the hour every half an hour. Alright. Right on. When I see seven, economy number 7, not number 11, gotta go to heaven. When I say 8, I kinda mean I'm great. So you got to appreciate you could never be late. Alright. Rock it down in New York City, way down in the United States, I tell you. When I see 9, you gotta feel it so fine. Need you every one of you teeny boppers gotta kick off your knickers and moving down the line. And when I say 10, I kinda mean you gotta stick around a man until you to your friend. I really wanna see your face again. When I say 11, kinda mean 2 legs in bed, as I would say. For 1 and 1 make 2, and that's true. Alright. Words of wisdom from the wise brothers, I would say. I'm gonna ask him 3 times 7, that makes me 21, you know. Passing 21, I'm moving on strong, and I could never go wrong. I'm a little Damsley 16. A lot of girls, I'm a Jean, Maureen, Corinne, and sister Maureen and Doreen. When I'm on the scene, around my record machine, I tell you, they got to be keen. Wow, baby, cool. They got to come to soon. Alright. When I tell you, say, hot corn cake, really crisp and cornflake, I tell you. For goodness sake, you got all the slice of the cake. It's really well baked. Alright. Gotta come on down and give and take. Ain't no spoil, I tell ya. Now this has been my sole intention to kind of shock you with a new invention. To fill you out with conception. And when I give you this musical injection, it's my intention, as I would say. Give me love each and every day. Give me love, I say. Give me love each and every day. That's exactly what I say. Do it, baby. Give me love each and every day, so I can jump and play. Give me love each and every day. You could hear me when I say, come on down with me, and hear me say, leave me loving every day. Cause I love you in the morning, I love you in the night time too. I will never make you blue. Give me love, give me love. When I say baby, love is an understanding between two people or a misunderstanding between two fools. Mean you gotta play it cool. You gotta learn the golden rule. Give me love each and every day. Give me love, give me love. Do it, baby, give me love each and every day. Wow, baby, gotta get up. Gotta get up, as I would say. Love in the morning, love in the evening too. Love because I'm back like Spiral hugging you. Give me love, as I would say. Give me love, it's my intention. I kinda come with some kind of definition, you know. I got a coop with some boo baby. The scoop bop, scoop bop, scoop bop, boo baby. Do it, baby, you could hear me when the sea comes down. Till you gotta drop your crown. I'm still around until you. Alright. Alright. When I see love is like a municipal Christmas tree, you gotta be free like a bird up in a tree. And when I see babies, you and me, you gotta let it be. Because I'm free, free, free. Until you gotta give me love. Yeah, you gotta give me love, I tell ya. Alright. So you can walk it and suck it and put it in your pocket. The boss's music will rock it until it's in your sprocket. Alright. You gotta kick off your nappy and never take no copy. I really make you happy, say. The scuba wappa wappa bay. The scuba dooba zama dooba dooba bay. Do it, baby, scuba booba bound bay. Skibba booba scabba booba bound bay. Scuba boppa scuba beepa bop bay. The tiddly boppa tiddly boop boop bay. Give it love each and
Give thanks, O Lord God. Give thanks, O Lord. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be still and know thyself. Be like an angel. Let your voice be heard. Let your heart be pure and true. Cause every little thing you do, Jah is watching you. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be like an angel. Don't envy your brother. Live good with one another. Whoa. Be like an angel in the sun. Be like the wisest man called Solomon. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be still and know thyself. Let your heart be pure and true. Cause every little thing you do, Jah Jah is watching you. Be like an angel. Be like all the shepherds. Oh, be like a shepherd in this time. Be still and know thyself. Be like an angel. Let your voice be heard. Jah is watching you. Be like a shepherd in this time. Be like an angel. Don't envy your brother. Live good with one another. Whoa. Be like an angel in the sun. Be like the wisest man called Solomon.
You see? Yeah, man. Shepherd, wise like Solomon, I tell you.
Come along, yeah, and dig my song. Too much wagonist, too much antagonist. Wolves and leopards are trying to kill the sheep and the shepherd. Yes, wolves and leopards are trying to kill the sheep and the shepherd. Yeah. Too much informers, too much steel bearers, too much informers, too much steel bearers. Time to separate the sheep from the wolves. We're at the crossroads.
At that me I say, you understand? It's time for do that for real. Separate them. You understand? So, we're going to play one more rhythm, Chew Me Can, and we not have no foul.
Innocent, you go on like you're innocent. Why you better hack the friend? Why you better hack the friend? Me throw me can, but me no call a foul. Me throw me can, but me no call a foul. You pick it up already. And it down your belly. You pick it up already. And it down your belly. Why? No let it buy you go. Why? No let it buy you go. Can't catch Quark when me catch him short. Me say me can't catch Quark when me catch him short. Why? No let it buy you.
From music to play them on the F already.
Let go big chore, big chore, big chore.
say, from music to play them on the F already.
Let go big chore, big chore, big chore.
Yes. You see, that me I try to say, we've been pushed around so much, so many years. So the situation I get worse, worser, badder. It wasn't going to get pretty, you know, and just to show us what type of value, how we are being valued. You see? Okay. One of the symptoms that these people are portraying, and I will say it myself, is that their ancestors, them, their foreparents, them, and their parents and their training, the perceptions that they have had and they do have of African people, black people, particularly our men. You see, we in totality, but our men, because they're always killing us and abusing us, is that their foreparents, them, saw us as savages. And we must not forget all these things, you know. You understand? And because of that depiction, and then the social injustices that we also face, and the way we are presumed and treated, and it hasn't stopped the brutality, the presumption, that the assumptions that we are savages. And that stigma from 17th century, wherever it there, from them start drag we out of Africa and parade us around Europe and the Americas and laugh at us and humiliate us and cage us and set us out in the fields and so forth. That change, yeah, hasn't happened. That any charges hasn't been leveled against those people. And we are made to think that, and they are telling us also, these atrocities, these what they have committed against us and the crimes, it's been a long time ago. But catch this. Is it not being played out against us still? So it is something within the genes and something that they have learned and something that they definitely feel is approved. It's okay to do. It's all right. But it's okay to do within their realm. That's why nothing happens, nothing changes. And we're constantly trying to get changes because of this integration and this assimilation. And then we also feel that these places are our home. Yeah, we live there. Don't get that confused. But it's not our homes. It's not our land. And we're looking for justice. We're looking for their law to respect our humanity. And they're constantly showing us that we do not measure up. And they're not about that form of recognizing of us. But what they're good at is psychology. And I'm sounding like I'm the only one. I'm not, you know. The others out there, perhaps, them can't piece it together. Are they afraid of something? What they've done is intellectually worked on us in the sense that they make us feel required because of theatrics, plain amusement. And we feel that they're genuinely caring. No. No, it's a falsified position. They know that we are strong people. We're athletically strong. And we are flexible. We have great flexibility, great coordination. So they project that and themselves as like a caring body, and we feel gratified. But history will should show us that the ones who Malcolm speaks of that was in the house, it was this type of theatrics that they required of them, and they required them to get the best out of the field slaves to come and perform with them. So like in America, you had the tap dances and this type of thing. And for some of us, if you did look, you see that some of these people still had chains, for they did not trust them because they were liable to run away. So the amusement, we should just start thinking about that carefully and say, because now in America, when you look with George, the brothers and sisters them in top sportsmen had many meetings to say, well, them now perform because them have to support the families and the demonstration and the legalities that's required to get some justice in relation to the constitutional change and the police them to be brought to book, but the legislation in relation to how the police conduct themselves, the changes must be done right now. But what we had is some major people in management, black, our own people, trying to persuade the NBA, African American players, some of them, that them can't help stopping from playing ain't gonna do nothing, because the community that they come from requires their finance. So if you don't play, how would they generate any money? And those brothers were saying, you're saying things like somehow our communities are financially prudent when we perform. Where did you get that? If we don't give our areas anything, no one else gives them. So there's been a big argument with those turncoats that tell them that it's better than perform than sit out. 'Cause what next? And such and such. And some of those players have refused, but it not seen because their teams are not in the playoffs. So it would look like the mass proportion of them have not really seen and recognized the role that they should be seen to be playing to strengthen the communities and the youth and the people as a whole. But yet again, because of no media, huge media platform, that is not being seen or heard. And it's not just true to the pandemic now, because many people are on Zoom. There's a whole heap of conferencing going on Zoom and various other networks. But look what the Almighty have done through the devil. As if people never see other things, because St. George, there's been over 100 deaths. Over 100. I think it was up to 105 last month. But here comes two, and one very graphic one that is not a death, but the discharging of a person who is not remonstrating 7 bullets. Now, Tuesday, me say, well, our police, the police them here, they're marksmen, they're well trained. But the orders are given to them. It must be a death shot. It's not to be a wound shot. And in all of the police and gun exchange, no one has been wounded and brought to the station, to the hospital, and recovered, because the order, maybe, I don't know. We don't know. It's a death shot. So when you hear that the police, the gun squad, whatever them call, were called to something and them discharged their weapon, their gun. We have to say gun because the taser is a weapon, you know. I know it's been upgraded. Oh, it is a weapon, serious weapon. Okay. I don't know, because I haven't been tased and I don't intend to be tased, so I don't know. But anyhow, so it's a death shot. And I'm saying we need to look at that. And I don't understand how Sadiq Khan and all these other people haven't questioned these things. So in America, we can see some of them man they well, we don't want them now, really, because if there's a competition to write it, how much we're going to get that quick, sharp. So I was trying to make a comparison, but I shouldn't, because the American them good at them shooting anyway. But when it comes to us, they don't care how them shoot we. But we usually get dead anyhow. But I'm just saying, over in Britain, the police could have, the man could have fired one bullet, and it's a death shot. Them not shoot to wound over here so far. Okay, so this one that gravitates again. Nobody not see no remonstrating, and nobody not see our ear no verbal exchange, and nobody not see no struggling, so that the person could be in charge or leveled for grievous body harm or some type of infringement. And these are the things that hurt people, because when them see that. So I've been consistently saying that the Americans know their terrain, they know their opposition. So why do they verbally exchange the way they do? So that sometimes leave you to think, say, well, it's a drama. It can't be, it's got to be a Hollywood thing. It can't be real. It can't be real. It got to be one of these drama things. So if you just rewind whatever tape you have and go all the way back to Rodney King and even before, and listen, all the way up to Martin Luther King, and look at all these people, how they confronted us without the dogs and just manly with their batons and everything else. You know that this is not just today. This is a perception. This is something that's been instituted. This is something that's been okayed in that society. So we just don't need to keep going and say, well, them are kill we. Yeah, look at how they've been conducting themselves. It's not today that them start with a knee and this and that, you know. It's just new levels that these particular generation are being taught. New levels, and these people are carry them out. So we saw the man with him knee. But we don't get to see them others beating up people, and if you look, you see enough young girls them get body slammed. So the perception is that black people, we are criminals, we're savages, and we're criminals. So when you have that type of perception, vision from a people, that any form of confrontation with black people, we can do anything we want because this is how they're being perceived, and nobody's going to change that in the courts or anywhere. And the first thing that we will look at is their track record, and were they listening when we instruct them? Did they obey our instructions? These are serious things, you know. So if you listen to the news, you hear the people in the news, they're asking, what did he say? What did he do? Did he obey commands? And then you hear the people them that represent the alleged police them with the same thing, same form of discourse, you will find that due to investigation that he did not comply with the instructions of the officers. So now you hear the conversation that he was going, or he attempt, there was a knife, and you're going to hear that this officer that was behind him, the closest one that grabbed his vest, is going to say that he was somewhat afraid for his life, right? Come on. You know, they can tell that. We can't say things like that. We can try, but nobody now hear that. Nobody's not hearing that. Then there's another thing to look at with these American people. And maybe we've got them here and we don't know. We know we have bailiff, but we never know say that them have bounty hunter in America. And you have bail with guns and uniforms. And you have bailiffs with guns and uniforms. And those bailiffs, once them know so that there is a writ for repossession of something or the other, or some money, it's the approach that them have. And when them know so that are black people, wow. Now, all this is over on the on Facebook now. And you see all these people, all of these people, you know, see that there's a whole heap of soldier them that like the action. And them decide to take up this thing. And they may use them energy, they may use them skills and everything, but they may treat black people, treat us as fodder. You understand? Maybe them can't get the mercenary work. So the whole situation in America is very, 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 very serious. So now, if we don't look at ourselves here and structuralize ourselves along with these pastors and have up some spaces where we can commune, I'm telling you, we are in dire strait. This is not being an alarmist. This is real talk. Because you know how much of our children, how much of us have been abused, offended by the police, and killed by the police, and not a damn thing has happened to date. So if anyone was not paying attention and trying their efforts best to prohibit them from getting arms, while they were highlighting crime. And not to say that we don't have problems. We're not saying that. But them dramatize it, them push it, because they want a gun. Now them have increased voltage and what is called tasers. Now you know that they're gonna want to deploy those things. They wanna use those things, and they're gonna want to see we dance. So if we don't spend time we don't spend time with our children true to the pandemic and spend some real quality time, continue to spend some quality time with them and speak to them and coach them in relation to critical thinking and how to present themselves in society. Not to run up them out how them know the law or they think they know the law, but to come with common courtesy. Critical thinking and common courtesies. If we not do that quick, sharp, we're gonna lose quick. More lives and more prison cells. More prisons would have huge volumes of intakes. Is that what we're going to let happen? Because you don't see these people shouting out about human rights. You don't see none of them people there. You don't see none of those organizations. You don't hear none of them stand up and say, hey, huh? Because they all the same. Dopey know who to frighten. And it's usually the weak heart that get frightened, you know. And not Dopey frighten nobody. Because first of all, you have to find out and acknowledge what is this Dopey. So it's a good saying, but don't take it literal that me can tell you, say, that I saw something that me was said to you is a Dopey. So don't bother go there with me with that. You understand? So knowing, I think we're knowing the law and can't go to court. We might even keep them out closed and don't irritate the people them. We see some video clips with some people them are talk about a particular law from 16 something the other. And then rehearse the thing so well. But the people them who come to their dwelling to take them children and to take them away in one of them knows exactly, was already trained pertaining to that type of goddamn discourse, and they were just taking a mick out of that person and in family. And he wants strongly say that him have more rights to, as an American than these people. And all kind of thing that sounds good, but it not work. It not doing nothing. It was part of a process developing certain constitutional rights and certain legal rights. You always have a rough draft and people meet to either sanction or dash the damn thing away. And what's happening is that a lot of us is going around, somebody filtering these things out with this Google and everything else and this mail, and them are train themselves thinking that them have something on the aristocracy of these countries. And now we're going to have the same thing here now. And it now work. It's a waste of your energy, waste of your faculties, waste of your brain cells, because it will not function. It was part and parcel of what what name? Guy Fawkes and him people them were doing. They want to be part of the body that was bringing about these changes and these laws and so forth. Huh? And them tried to use some of the paperwork that was the language and the things that they were using and test it out. And listen, this is Britain. I know them have black people in America. I tried that something there. People I laugh them off and I take them, mash up them family, take them children from them and everything and call them senile, mad and put injunction against them, you know. What's that got to do with anything? That's got to do with something because we're not working as a collective. And we're just going off with something and say we have a right to do all kind of thing. And we don't have no right, you know. The right that we have is to be together. So that when we declare what is it that we're going to do, we do that with strength together. And the first phase is to go to court. The first phase, man, is to appear in court. Whether them traumatize our children, whether them beat we up, whether they imprison us, we have to do that. If we don't test the water, they're just going to treat us as fodder forever and forever until we just decide to say, well, here what, enough is enough, and leave. And that we're supposed to do also. Because it's about time we get sense enough to realize that we're not valued. Because we shouldn't have to be separately fighting for rights or trying to get rights. When you see something like that happening, you know, you don't belong, you know. I don't understand how come people just try this thing and try to push themselves up in somebody else's ass when the people them don't want you. Why we? And you're making yourself believe that them want us. They don't. You know what they want? Play some football and sing some songs and dance. That's all they want. And run. Oh yeah, don't, I can't forget the running. They want that. Entertain them. But your human rights, your human value, your ethical and moral value, them couldn't care a damn. And don't bother try to tell them that you have a right, them need to give us this. They're hearing, but them not respond. And that's what we've been doing. We've been begging them to accept us and treat us with dignity. So if them treat me with dignity because I'm working for the Home Office, I'm working for the local authority, local council or somebody, the rest of we not get treated. So that's why this divide thing does work. Because when them do that to me and I'm a statutory work and everything, I feel good. You see, what's up, mate? You all right? Yes, Charlie, mate. And, you know, I'm going up the United tomorrow. You know what I mean? Yeah. And all is good. What's that? Cockney translation fits in and I'm assimilating and I'm doing my little gyms and all that. Tutus, you gwog. Tutus, you bastard. Tutus, you black such and such. Tutus, I'm get my head boss. I'm going to get thrown in a jail. I'm going to finish up dead. My family have to come and scrape up the remains. This is the reality. And since some one of those that in, right? So, you know what I mean? Where I left my family with, them going to say that the person that them know to the person that they've been experiencing is two different peoples. Because them going to present me as a criminal or me as a drug user. A drug user, you know. And then little more, it's mistaken identity. Whoo! But I'm already dead. So who's the person that was looking for, that they were looking for, that resembles me or I resemble? So all this gibberish conversation, this English conversation that we can speak, but yet still we can't challenge. And we're not eloquent enough with the Queen's English and the Collins and the Oxford Dictionary to attend court and represent ourselves. And the theological practices that they have taught us now doesn't work for us. And all those healing pastors and them prosperity pastors, the Holy Spirit not working with them to help us. See that? Now some of you get vexed, can get vexed till it turn blue. Because Allah asked me, I asked us, which of his favors will we deny? So I can't deny no favors of God Almighty. Why would I go to some man, stand up in front of some man, and nowadays you have some woman saying that they're doing all these things, and yet still the continent need help. And we right here need help, assistance, serious assistance. Our characters, and then the way we are treated. So if there's a big demon out there, how come we not grab up that demon and fling it into hell? But now you're there upon prosperity preaching. And then theatrics, but you're healing people. Why is we are being ostracized, vilified, abused, stigmatized, and killed? And it doesn't occur to you that what you're doing is not for your people. What you're doing is for yourself. And you're supporting, you're working for someone else. You're not working for God. You're not with God. And you're not being led to believe you're with God. You know that. So how can you be with God and you're not with the people? Then you want to tell people that God works in mysterious ways. No, he doesn't. It's people who do that. Man work like that. What, when you get up in the morning, the sky does be black. If we wake. The oxygen is not there, or it's too high. Come on. Let's be real. But tell someone no, stop running. Don't run. Strike from running. No, man, you're not paying me. You're not paying me. See? That's where we're hooked. That's where we're hooked. So that's why we're not consistent, because we turn around and say, boy, you know what, them things are rough, you know. See the man just shoot the man star. Oi. And it's supposed to show us that we should have been doing for ourselves. And if we cannot treat ourselves kindly, humanely, and we don't have trust among ourselves, then we also are treating ourselves like savages. Seriously. Because look at that. We humiliate our women. We violate them. And we allow others to do that too. So when you all think me got it wrong, go to your pastor and work with them. Don't bother say me got anything wrong. Check yourself and see. Our culture is literature. Projecting our intellectual activities. Projecting our social behavior. And our mental intelligence. And then to round it off, we have performing arts. But now, we allow the people them to put us in mental poverty. Because we not deal with the intellectual activity. And we're not dealing with the social and scientific behavior and moral projections. We'll deal with performing arts. Because that's what they like. And before you know it, them get involved in our thing and transform it. And them do that because them infiltrate the thing with some money and then them come with their ideas. And then we start looking freakish. So that's mental disturbances leaving us in mental poverty. What does our young people have to aspire to? Nothing. Disrespect them one another, no critical thinking, war amongst themselves because other people have set the standard, and it's all about having mammon, money, and vain luxuries. So them kill one another, they've been set up to kill one another. And whether the perpetrator is black or not, is an evil vice. And we're entrapped with mental poverty, in mental poverty. And then our children become hostile and very aggressive towards themselves and even us, them parents. And we still ain't figuring out who's controlling what. Because we haven't projected the real value of us and our culture by ourselves. We are always letting others infiltrate. If it's a racial abuse, and we are sitting to discuss what is actually happening, the young socialists and other people them come, and then our plight is validated by other people, through other people. So you have the Ashkenazis them saying that this clause of racism cannot be used because it is anti-Semitic, and then the gay and lesbian lobby comes and say that this part of racism, they must be included. And you think, say, hold on a minute. It's we that has been exploited here. So all these groups come now and infiltrate a situation And then some of our people them who want to integrate and assimilate decide that will help us get somewhere. Which way did it get with? Hasn't done anything. Because while we were trying to get our business sorted out, other people was minding our business. And we allow them into our business. And look at us now. We haven't done anything for ourselves. As individuals, yes, some people have got this, right? So don't get it twisted in that account. But collectively, what have we done? What have we been able to do? Because all of us want what I'm saying. We all do. Just don't know how to get it. And we're not willing to look at ourselves and say, I know how to get this. I know how to do this. Because we do. We also know how to do it. But we're not willing. And there's no consistency in the wanting to do it. So that's why, for me, the pastors are important. Because that's the only stability or stable structure that we have. All those people who attend church, don't care how old they are, don't care if they're whatever denomination, whatever them call themselves, they're ours. We need to be sitting among them, and them need to be sitting up. Hey, they need to welcome us in and stop seeing us as criminals, ragamuffin, ragatarians, and vagabonds and everything else. So it has to work on both ways. We have to accept each other totally. And let's figure out life. Yes. Don't let other people tell us we are beautiful people. We know that. But are we happy? Prosperity is not finance alone, you know. When people attack economics, me run from them. Because the value of life is before economics. You could have £1 billion and you're sick to rotty. That £1 billion now work for your health. And if your body only require comfort and your conscience require a release and nourishment, money can't give that. It's your family and natural human beings from your own lot that's going to make you feel comfortable. Just like a people them would give their parents them, put them in a home and left them there. And not realizing just the thought of them going there, you have already start break them heart. And then you leave them there, you already fracture the heart. And then you walk away and leave them, you already help them, their bodies, to accumulate clots. And organs start for shutdown. And who's caused this? We have. That's the same thing that happens when we're not loving each other. Because we all need that type of affection. What do you think, so when a person is performing in tennis, football, basketball, and them have audience, as in the football you say, and basketball you say the supporters, and you're at home, the support energizes you, the support comforts you, the support charges up your faculty, the support, listen, it does a great deal. It's not the swag and showing off, you know. you know so that you're valued. And it's sweet feeling. And if you lose, you're dejected, you feel bad. But what make you stronger now is when you turn up again and you see that the people them there. Or if you have one of them situations like we do with basketball, when we're training, we allow people them in what we're training. So them know the team. Them know if this and this happen, what to expect. So you lost yesterday. 3 days later, you have a match. But you have training before this match. You see people. So you know so that them feel a way said way, but them now give up on you. What am I trying together? It's what happens when we are together. And not saying that we're not going to have clashes, but mental clashes is a stimulus. Once you have common courtesy and good etiquette and respect of the culture with the morals, it is a good mental challenge. That helps things along. That's why I'm always saying, the pessimists, I don't want to spend too much time with them, but I'm not going to run them. I wouldn't. Because in their pessimism, they would highlight, and it is very possible, things that we haven't seen, we haven't recognized. So you have to give them some time. And then know how to cut them off. But if you don't, they will put you on a standstill. That we're not doing nothing. And that's what generally has happened to us in this country. Because the pessimists are intellects. Them fire a whole heap of shots. And them charm us with their intelligence. But them have no solution. All them do is condemn. But them have several ways of presenting themselves. So you have to be on top of all of that to sieve them out. Not they will just be there. And we're not talking about cockroaches here. We're talking about rose breadfruit. We're talking about Rufuses. Skillful people. Very skillful people. And talented. But they're integrationists. And everything you try to do is wrong as far as them concerned. It not work. Make them go down to City Hall. Them are going to listen to what City Hall say and tell City Hall what we are tried, what we are tried, what is wrong with our community or what is wrong with our people, to bargain with Central Hall, to get some money for Central Hall, and they will give up all their time in the pursuit of that. And they never told us anything. Them just tell us that our strategy now work. And not all the reason why it not working, it not work is too frail. But yet still they're going to run down to City Hall and tell them exactly what we are trying to do. But them not say we are trying to do. They must show them, highlight them, things that them say is going on in the black communities. And some of them go Hindon Police Training School and inform them of these things. And some of the best trainers in the police school are black people. So we are a problems to ourselves. If we don't come together and unite ourselves and come together based on developing trust, we are losing. We are going to continue to lose out on life. Serious. So look at the two things, you know. George, they never see nobody remonstrating. They just see someone someone abuse the person and then take them life out of them, right? You see someone discharge a gun in the back of a person and them had gun already. Them could have apprehend the person. They could have tell the person that they're under arrest and put on the handcuffs and all these things. Them people, they refuse to do all of that. You understand? So the gun was pulled and the gun trigger was pulled. That's it. Right? So good people see that and they see the abuse. Now they're talking about people and burning up things. What? Don't we have feeling? And was it only us doing it? And then some young person now who's being trained by other big people, but them not call them terrorists. Him have gun before this thing happened, and then through this thing, the demonstration and the burning up and everything, you discharge him gun, aim it and fire it. You never hear the police them shoot him, you know. And the police them they have gun. Him put him hand up in the air. You know, see nobody now grab him and floor him and everything, you know. So you don't know, see the things 100,000% racist. The perception of black people, terrible. Terrible perception them have of us. And them feel, them know them can do anything they want with us. No change whatsoever. So all these organizations that did about, since Malika Shabazz, Kwame Ture, and Martin Luther King, they're lost causes. Up the road, Chicago, people that get killed. And then sometimes people that turn around and say are black people. And the white people that shoot them. This Nero, the president, tell you about some other group. And that group goes around, agitate things, mash up things, blow up things, catch things on fire, and so forth. And make demonstrators, people that demonstrate, look like all they are doing is looting. So you know how they think gonna work. Instead of dealing with the person that shoot the person, that kill the person, that broke the law, them going to deal with the people, them anger, and the buildings, them that get burned, and some bad people now that goes and loot. Because some people just come out for go get some Jordans and all kind of thing. That not good. But when you kill a person, and people don't see the injustice, what you want from the people, them? You showed how lawless you've been. Now you let the people them out of their bike. And then you're pretending like some are you all are so much saints. And anybody who feel traumatized and hurt by the brutal violence that's been inflicted on peoples, that all of a sudden now, they're the hooligans and not you. And you can't understand why people would be thinking and feeling and reacting like this. Come on, man. Sociology, psychology, what? Is now you go school. You're trying to flip the rules and flip the service. I don't understand. Right? And we let those things happen to us and don't sit back and say to the people, hold on a minute. You're lucky that the people them never come out in their thousands. Huh? Rahana Charles, there was probably 200 people outside Stotenton police station. And the police tell the parents tell the people them for go home. And the mother tell the people for go along home that they must sort things out and everything. Which things get sorted out? She finish up living in Stratford bus stand. And mentally, the trauma and everything that the family have gone through, who is giving them? Who is nourishing them? So from the minute the people them decided to go along home, because they were requested, and all of a sudden that theology comes into play. You're left by yourself. And we weren't there anymore. We have to look and see what it is that they learnt after the New Cross march. What did they learn about us? What did they understood how to diffuse? They learned something. Have to be. Because from then, we're like whipped dogs. We haven't moved. We haven't congregated. Yeah, we try this thing at Windrush Square and blah, blah, blah. We haven't. What is it going to take to assemble our people again? And we shouldn't be just assembling through some gross tragedy, because there's been so many. And if the Lawrence case haven't sickened us to think how many years it has taken, there's been no real conclusion. May God help us. And may we help ourselves. Because we can't just stay there and wait. It's things we have to do. Yes, it's things we have to do. So if we don't get on board and do for self, we constantly lose out on life.
Of your own destiny, yeah? Go down on your knees and beg Jah to rescue me. But you have to work hard, you know? Tell them now, rise, tell them. Yeah, and the youth that come in the ghetto and the slum, tell them, come one day, you will overcome. Come one day, feel it out of the slum. Come one day, you will overcome. Come one day, I feel it out of the slum. Don't for wonder how me flex and how me move and how me dance so. Not stop fight without a smile, feel like ya so. Come on my house fit and so, and daddy want the peso. And in the ear, wave it two side, make a voice echo from your nose. Say you happy boy, now girl can't tap it from your little bit of grow sustainability a show. Happy make it out, now flex like no crow. No pick no purse, no pick no chain, no juke nobody a song.
And tell yourself that you won't give up without a fight. And tell yourself that you are strong. Oh, that's right.
Come one day, we'll overcome. Come one day,
See? So you think say we shot? No, man. Stay with the king.
It's time for man to stop and look into ourselves. You see me I say?
And you see when I come back next week, same thing. Same thing. Consistency. Yeah, I tell you, I behave like say me I train some people, you know, because that's how me do my basketball. You understand? Yes, consistent. Consistent, keep the training, keep the program going. When we see that them make move to understand the set that we're trying to work, that I'm trying to work with, that's when we can go to phase 2 of that particular set. You understand? So forth. Until such time, no. Consistent, keep moving. And then we develop. And before you know it, them don't know the triangle. In and out. I can sit down very calmly, easily, and be entertained by them. You understand? And that's the greatest pleasure, just to see that everyone comprehend. Even the ones that's not on the floor can see, recognize, feel, and just act accordingly. Not that we win everything, no. But we are doing what? We are responding and we are responsive. Yes, dutiful.
It's time for man to stop and look into ourselves. You see me I say?
And whether you're a professor, you understand, or principal, right, or headmaster, or a MA, you understand? It no matter. You just have to understand your duty and respond to it in kind.
It's time for man to stop and look into ourselves. You see me I say?
Black are black and white are white. In it, every nation of us who wrong from right. In it, dark are dark and light are light.
Who's the people them that go to the United Nations now? Huh? What? See? A person now like our brother, Melika Shabazz, Alma Wali, Malcolm X, would have done that. Make the whole world understand, and those with us be with us. And those who are not with us, we will see them. You understand? And Africa, who should be naturally with us, have they tabled anything about the atrocities that's been inflicted on us from ever in the United States of America, and even just the other day with George? Nah. Them just sit back, and then tell people, say, yeah, you don't need a visa, you don't need visas. Come on down. You don't need a visas. To hell with the goddamn come on down. You understand? Jack must get his jacket. You're not deserving of anything. If we are your subjects, show that you have some principles. Huh? Recognize us and value us. And if you're dealing with human rights, you're supposed to be looking after us and show us that. At least show us that. So we feel credited. You understand? But you're not doing that. So the only person that was speaking, and y'all make it seem like he was speaking for all of you, was Colonel Gaddafi. Colonel Gaddafi. And the only other person that acted was His Imperial Majesty. Wow. Wow. Serious problems, man. Guidance. and I give up the Lion of Judah for King James Version and you and the remade version of the Pope and all these people. You give up the Lion of Judah. You go to Ethiopia and you want to shout out something, and then you come and join force. You didn't even join. You elope with them. And no wonder we get we ass kicked and abused. Because we are the fools. And then our so-called historians and everybody not really working with the people them. Just trying to be popular with them stupid self. Instead of seeing themselves as the real architects of presenting to us what we've been lacking because we are children of the slave. And do good work for us. Nah, they're not doing that. So that's why we're stuck. And everyone take pot shots at us whenever they feel like it. And we can't do a damn about it. Then plagiarize the thing and then withhold from us the best of ourselves, and then they go about ill-treating us whenever they find it necessary. That's what happens. That's what's been happening. If I'm wrong, someone please tell me I'm wrong tomorrow. Totally wrong, not just wrong. And God has not forsaken us. We have forsaken ourselves. Did Moses stay with Pharaoh? Moses followed the instructions and the commands that God required of him. And then when Moses himself found himself and felt that he was also a victim of Pharaoh's tyranny, and he felt that we must part. Read for yourselves when him tell Ramses that he must curve his ways and mind what he says, because it would defool him. And from then he said to him, let my people go. We have to part. There's no brother going on here. There's no brother relationship developing here. And I'm tired with you. You understand? So you have to look and see before them leave, what were they doing? Developing themselves to be independent. Yes. Developing themselves to be independent. And the pessimist was riding him and others. But them keep brushing them aside until that day, that time, they said, now we have to move. And it was just the beginning. It was just the beginning. The greatest exercise was 40 years in the wilderness, may I tell you. So you religious folks, so you Bible readers and believers with all these different peoples, go back and read properly. Seriously, right? Because if that's what you want to serve, if that's what you want to work with, allow the pastor, use your own faculties, right? If you can't read, get your child, get someone in your family for read, and take your time. You understand? Me not boast myself. I'm telling you, the people are hoodwink when I change when around and make one of followers of them, right? No man should be following no man. You understand? Guided by some man. Yes, we guide each other. But we are talking about the Almighty here. How the hell you're going to take some man that said that he must be followed because he is the man of God. And he know God better than everybody else. No, nothing go so. Should not go like that. Guidance.
People get ready, for the time has come. Repatriation is a must. Fret not yourself, although the time is so rough. Jah is the master in whom I trust. That's why we give chanters and praise. Ooh, oh, hey. That's why we give chanters and praise. And now we look for down in the ghetto. Time is so rough. Babylon system is so unjust.
See? So that's the truth of the matter. We all know that. It's not one of us that don't know that. So now we ask you a question now before we go on. Which of the favors of our Lord can we deny? Which of the favors of your Lord can we deny? There's none. But there's some presumptuous people without giving thought to what I just said and think about it. Them say, "Cha, we are talk about. We can't do that." Said, "No, you can't. Give up your life then. Give it up." You understand? So there's none. So you have to think. To think. See? That's all I'm asking people to do.
After all and after all is said and done, everyone must acknowledge the great one of creation. And so we must humble ourselves and serve him. There's gonna be a day of reckoning. Each man will be paid according to his word. There's got to be a day of reckoning. So be careful how you live on this earth.
Yes, on Tuesday, I forget to click the tick. Well, I'm not saying I forget, I click, but I don't think I did actually send. So for those of my brethren, them I using internet thing, apologies for that, man. It wasn't I was hasteful or nothing, It's just these little buttons and so forth. So when I realize, but the people them block the show, them block it. You understand? Them block it. Cause me put on the video, and they don't want the video to go out. So they blocked it. You understand? They not partially block it, then block it. By the time the show finished, it was red. See? So anyone who was in already would have had got it, but that was it. You understand? So at the moment, I could have get my head swelled to say, well, boy, I go on with a thing, but I'm nothing so. Them just say, well, we're not letting that one out, right? And that was all about what they did, how them set up themselves in Barbados and across across the Caribbean. You see, they always have to have a roadmap and so forth. So that's what I was doing. You know what I mean? But we'll find another way. Don't worry. God willing. Gone.
See, there's a time for everything. A time to dance, a time to sing. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. But still in all things, give praises to the King. Cause there will come a day of reckoning. And everyone will be paid according to his word.
This is the first tune we play on the other station. Big tune, and then black one, and that was on Facebook.
And in those moments, watch God send you a little angel. He's gonna cause you to be at the right place at the right time. Worry about what you can do. Nothing else. Just do your part. And watch God meet you halfway. Do you believe that? Now I'm trying to give you some news that you can use. Is you listening? Do you hear me? Are you just sitting over there worried about it?
Guidance.